Did ASAP Rocky really fire a gun at his former friend, or was he the victim of an elaborate setup? The long-awaited verdict is in, and the courtroom exploded with emotion as the jury delivered their decision. After an intense 3-week trial, a Los Angeles jury found ASAP Rocky, real name Rocky Mayers, not guilty of all charges in a felony shooting case that could have landed him behind bars for decades. The Harlem rapper had been accused of firing a gun at his former friend and fellow ASAP mob member, Terell Efron, during a heated altercation in Hollywood back in November 2021. As the verdict was read in a packed downtown Los Angeles courtroom, Rocky's team erupted in cheers. Overwhelmed with relief, he immediately jumped over the defense stand to embrace his longtime partner, Rihanna, his mother, Renee Black, and his sister, Erica Mayers. It was a moment of victory for the rapper, who had maintained his innocence from the very beginning. The incident that started it all. The case stemmed from an alleged altercation on November 6, 2021, outside the W Hotel in Hollywood. Efron claimed that Rocky pointed a firearm at his head and stomach before firing multiple rounds, one of which allegedly grazed his hand. The prosecution argued that Rocky's actions were intentional, accusing him of assault with a deadly weapon. But Rocky's legal team had a different story. His attorney, Joe Tacopina, insisted that no real bullets were ever fired. Instead, he argued that Rocky used a prop gun to break up a fight between Efron and another ASAP mob member, ASAP Ills. To support this claim, Tacopina presented images of Efron's so-called injuries, which he dismissed as nothing more than minor knuckle scrapes. A battle over evidence. One of the most puzzling aspects of the case was the lack of physical evidence. When police arrived at the scene, they found no bullet casings, no gun, and no surveillance footage to support Efron's claims. However, days later, Efron returned to the location and allegedly discovered 2 9mm shell casings, evidence that Rocky's team argued had been planted to frame him. Tacopina went further, pointing out that just 2 weeks before the alleged shooting, Efron had been seen at a Los Angeles gun range firing a semi-automatic pistol. The defense painted this as a major red flag, suggesting that Efron's entire story was fabricated to extort Rocky, especially given the $30 million civil lawsuit he had filed against the rapper. Explosive courtroom clashes. The trial itself was nothing short of dramatic. Heated exchanges between Tacopina and lead prosecutor John Lewin had Judge Mark Arnold stepping in multiple times to restore order. At one point, Tacopina accused the prosecution of allowing perjury, while Lewin passionately objected, leading to the judge warning him, "Lower your voice and don't yell at me." Adding to the courtroom spectacle was Rihanna, who showed unwavering support for Rocky throughout the trial. While she was never called to testify, her presence, sometimes alongside the couple's 2 young children, became a talking point. So much so that Judge Arnold had to issue a ruling preventing the prosecution from mentioning Rihanna or the kids in their final rebuttal. The stakes were high. The outcome of this case was life-altering. If convicted, Rocky faced up to 24 years in prison. Despite the enormous pressure, he refused to take a plea deal, which would have required him to serve 180 days in jail. Instead, he stood firm, confident that the truth would prevail. His gamble paid off. With the jury siding in his favor, Rocky can now breathe a sigh of relief and move forward. What happens next? Though the criminal case is over, Rocky's legal battles might not be. Efron's $30 million civil lawsuit remains unresolved, and it's unclear whether he will continue pursuing damages now that the rapper has been acquitted. Meanwhile, Rocky has yet to publicly address the verdict, but fans are already celebrating his victory across social media. So, what do you think? Was justice served, or was this case a setup from the start? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to Hollywood Gossip Hour for more breaking stories.